Has anyone looked into the military super soldier program? You guys heard of that? Super soldier. Super soldier. Right? How would they define a super soldier? Well, if I had to guess, I feel like I've looked into a lot of shit over the years. So some of it's probably guess, some of it's right, some of it's probably accurate, some of it's probably way off base. So, I didn't like just look this up. I'm just going off of memory or anything I've come across or what I would consider to be a super soldier, right? And then I'm going to tell you how stupid that is. Right? Their whole concept. Um, so I think super soldiers are a real thing, right, from the government. Um, they're probably, I would imagine like you probably volunteer and go in, right? And what you're probably just disassociated enough that they select the people that are the best for the program and then probably, you know, juice them up with all sorts of drugs, MK Ultra the shit out of them, desensitize you, all this stuff. And essentially make the Manchurian candidate, right? That's got to be what it is. But Manchurian candidate's checked out, so this person needs to be probably a perfect physical specimen with the mental capacity to it's tough, right? Because you would think a super soldier has to think critically, but they can't think so critically to know that their mission's wrong and fucked up. They still have to be able to follow orders, I would think. Unless their definition of a super soldier is literally to try to mimic God's creation, right? To make a person completely in faith, right? Which probably is what the super soldier program is. You're completely, you believe that you're doing God's will, right? That's the super. There it is. That's probably it. You believe that you're doing God's will. Like you probably don't even think for yourself anymore. I bet the super soldier's brain is completely controlled, right? Uh, that'd be my guess. Well, now I got to go look it up. Now I got to go investigate super soldiers, right? Just what is the Pentagon spending all that money on? Right? Aren't you guys curious, like where the money's going? I mean, we have indicators, and some of us have a really good idea because of the infrastructure, the 80 fusion centers, right? All the government contracts, stuff they don't want to talk about, stuff they do talk about, like the DARPA N3 program. We have ideas where the money goes to. Trillions is a lot of money. Have you guys ever tried to count to a billion before? Who's counted to a million? I've never counted to a million, right? Unless it was poker chips. Um, and I didn't get to cash those out. I mean, not for as much as I would have liked to. Uh, super soldiers, huh? It looks like I got to go research that a little bit. Um, I'm just sick of them trying to create God's blueprint inverted, right? God made a perfect blueprint, every living being on earth, and they did geo engineer all of it. And that's fucking gay.